So today's pod, we're going to be talking about the art of negotiation, something that we both enjoy, getting a deal together.
Yes.
With both parties, so they're both happy seller and happy buyer. Talk to me about the process of negotiation, and then we'll go a little bit more into finer details. But yeah, overall process.
There's definitely different styles.
Yeah.
When you're hiring an agent, are you going to hire an order taker or are you going to hire a negotiator? You need to be hiring a negotiator. We have probably a different style to other people. Everyone has a different style. Other people, the only way they can get a good deal together is if they put tons of pressure on one of the parties to conform, just getting grumpy or, that's a crap offer or whatever it is. That's not our style. I think our style is... And this thing that with negotiation is it actually starts from the moment you get that inquiry.
Absolutely. You've got to create a rapport with
you've got to create a rapport with the buyer. If you're gonna at the end, they're gonna trust you to pay more for the property. Because if you just butt heads the whole time, how are they really going to want to do what you want them to do at the end? Doubt it. If you've got a bunch of friends and you're sitting around on a Friday night or whatever, and someone's like, look, I just bought this thing, it's amazing, and they say all the key features of it, or they're saying like, have you seen that Netflix show or whatever, they're going to sell it to you, and you're more likely to go watch that show because they're your mate and your friend and you trust them, right?
Yep.
Some guy that you don't like,
you just won't even turn it on.
You're not going to turn it on, are you? So that's our style. We like to get along with people. We like to build a rapport. If we can become their friend as much as possible in a professional way before we sit down at the negotiation table, they're more likely to trust us if we say, look, I think you should pay another 20 grand.
Yeah.
If you do that, I think you have more chance of securing this property.
And the same goes for the vendors. When we're sitting down with the vendors, you create that trust, you create that rapport, you create that trust and friend, if you like, where you may have been on the market for a little bit, and then you get an offer, and then you can sit there and be honest with them, and they trust what you're saying because you have continuously been honest with them, you've continuously created a rapport with them, so they trust what you were actually saying. So you can give them sound advice.
Yes.
And they can make sound decisions.
Yes.
Rather than, we know that other people will put lots and lots of pressure on the vendor to accept an offer.
Yep.
Now, that can be seen in so many different ways. Self-interest, from an agent, rather than the best interest for the seller.
Yep.
It's our belief that we are working for the seller, so we're going to get them the best price and best offer on every property that we sell.
Yep.
And we do that by just creating a good relationship, a good rapport, but actually, in the end of the day, it's just treating people how we like to be treated.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to be brave with your vendors. I think a lot of agents maybe just want to be friends, don't want to create any friction. So when you've extracted the best out of the market and hand on heart that is the best thing for the vendor to do is to probably take that offer.
Yeah.
You need to tell them that, but you need to back it up with facts and figures. You need to be reporting to them regularly.
Yeah. You're dead right, reporting regularly, because if you just turn up with an offer that might be 50,000 under the asking price, it's been on the market for a while, they're not going to take it, and they're not going to believe what you're saying because you haven't been keeping in touch, you haven't been communicating, you haven't created that rapport, you haven't been giving them evidence along the sale process.
Yeah.
So it's all about the whole process from start to finish, but doing it in a nice, friendly, positive manner.
Yep. And not having that word commission breath.
Yeah, commission breath.
That's where that pressure comes from. From the moment they've got your signature, then suddenly things change. We're not like that.
No, it's a trust game. It's an honesty game. And we find that works really well with us through negotiations with both parties.
Yep.
Because everyone trusts each other.
Yep. And I think the other way to think about the negotiation part is the best thing to get that best price is actually to create a competitive environment with the buyers where you've extracted the best price. It's that buyer versus buyer instead of buyer versus vendor negotiation, and then we can squeeze a lemon at the end.
Yeah. That is how you get the best outcome for the seller or the vendor, is to get the buyer versus buyer. negotiation rather than having to do the one-on-one. I mean, there's more one-on-one at the moment, and that's good fun still.
Yeah.
All right. Because at the end of the day, the person who's selling wants to sell, and the person who's buying wants to buy. It's just getting them to a point where both parties are happy.
Yeah.
You know? And it doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
All right. And there's some people out there that are selling at the moment, maybe with us or not with us, that wish they took an offer that they had a month or two ago.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of our current market. You can't go back.
Yeah.
You can only go forward.
And the other thing about listing with Summit is there's multiple things at play which drive that price. So you've got not only hopefully a buyer versus buyer competition, you've actually got an agent versus agent competition as well, in a friendly way, because we can all sell each other's listings and get a cut of the commission if we manage to get the best price.
Yeah.
And the good thing about listing with us is that all the other agents want to beat us because we're all naturally competitive. We're number one agents at the moment. If they can get a buyer to pay more money than we can and with better conditions, isn't that a good thing for the vendor?
Oh, vendor's loving it.
So they're negotiating. There's multiple people negotiating for you. You've got a whole team of 40 agents negotiating for you, not just one.
Yeah. And that's our point of difference, both Team Delaney and Summit, is that we do have a team around us to make sure that from a negotiation point of view, there's competition.
Yeah.
When competition arises, there's always someone who doesn't like to miss out.
Yep.
It's a human nature. No one likes to lose.
Yep.
No. So the art of negotiation, we're not pressure people. We do it by the way of being friendly, honest, upfront, and getting the best results from doing it in a nice way.
Yep, definitely.